Hello, my name is Stewart. Welcome to my personal OD library titled OD&C Puzzle, Small Pieces of a Bigger Picture. During this presentation, I will walk you through how I approach challenges such as the jigsaw puzzle when trying to figure out how everything fits together, i.e. all the pieces of OD we've learned so far. However, OD is not just a puzzle to be solved, it has been a journey to me, similar to one of my favorite novels, The Alchemist. The key concept used in this presentation derived from my love of jigsaw puzzles and The Alchemist novel by Paul Coelho. Both have had a transformative impact on my life. Puzzles have helped me develop sharp problem-solving skills and recognize repeating patterns. The Alchemist chronicles the journey of a humble and content shepherd boy on his way to becoming the greatest alchemist of all time. Like a puzzle, there are many pieces to OD&C that you must find the right fit without forcing them where they do not belong. As we dig deeper into my OD library, you will see how I frame my approach, as well as an emerging methodology to whole system change. Illustrated here on the screen are the young shepherd and the wise king at the start of his journey. I also included a quote from Paulo Coelho. It says, "The act of discovering who we are will reinforce us to accept that we can go further than we think." This has been true for me during the OD process. My approach or plan for the OD library is such. My purpose is to become effective in leading change in the corporate world around diversity and inclusion, along with personal development, in order to leverage these skills in a community setting to find new talent. Diversity and inclusion is something that's very near and dear to me, along with personal development. Without those two factors, I would not be where I'm at today in my career. My portfolio has been a diverse one, with a lot of manufacturing and professional experience balanced against the same amount of time spent doing volunteer work and charitable work. I'm running into the challenge of understanding where my head is versus where my heart is at. I've done well in my career and I'm moving forward at a good pace, but ultimately I'm looking at how do I give back to the community and make an impact there. Again, referring back to the journey in The Alchemist, there's two quotes that sum up what I'm going through as I consider my portfolio. Considering the challenge going on between my head and my heart, discussed in my portfolio, that doesn't mean I haven't thought about a dream job. I see myself as a senior leader in charge of ensuring that corporate talent pipeline reflects the world which we live in and the one we conduct business in by developing and recruiting diverse talent both in and out. Another quote that speaks to this is coming from The Alchemist, and it says, "People are capable at any time in their lives of doing what they dream of." So, as I think of my dream job, considering diversity and the way I see things, it's definitely time for a change. After conducting a job search based on my portfolio and desire for a dream job, I came across several roles I would aspire to achieve at some point in my career. While I can't say these are traditional jobs that I saw myself doing 10 years ago, as I understand my passions and my skill now, I realize that I'm working on becoming qualified for each one. In support of my dream job, it's important to recognize and close any gaps that exist. Some gaps that I'm familiar with are my lack of senior corporate allies. Ideally, what's in it for me at that level. Also, I have to continue to work on connecting my goal of diversity and inclusion to the bottom line for the business, and furthermore developing HR visibility and collaboration. However, moving forward, I will continue to develop my mentees and proteges and hopefully lead them to a promotion where they can now start to open up new doors for themselves. Also, I want to continue to build my recruiting network along with building up my experience with strategic planning to be prepared for the future positions. Now that we've had time to discuss the portfolio and dream job, it's important that we actually look at the resources within my OD library. There's a vast collection of books that I've had to read throughout my personal, academic, and professional life. For the OD library, I mostly focus on academic and the professional collection. Along the way also, journalism has played a major part in my understanding and growth in OD. That includes articles, periodicals, videos, and other web-based material. probably the most important aspect of my OD library would be mentors and peers with similar aspirations. I think it's important that I continue to network with those that are also pushing for the same change in the world. Considering the collection of the resource library, we now need to look at organization, storage, and retrieval of that information. Of course, there's a lot going on, so I don't want to be buried or lost in the pile and can't find things when they're useful. So I organize my information starting with the technological platforms, including Google Drive, SharePoint, Dropbox, and my home network cloud computing. There's also physical resources. I have an actual tickler file on hand with quick reference information, along with my domestic and work library and external hard drive collection to back up all my information. Additionally, to capitalize on the networking with like-minded professionals, I use social media platforms and attend professional networking events. I'll need to increase my portfolio on OD networking at this point. As I reflect back on my OD experience thus far, including the mind map paper and class discussions, these tasks have helped me to frame and better understand the nature of change. In my professional and personal life, I have had the opportunity to use several techniques covered in the Change Handbook. While I normally approach change with the mindset to just make things happen, I now realize I have a credible experience leading change. As such, the methods I have used prior to EMOD have had a significant influence on my emerging methodologies. Considering the foundation, it's now appropriate to explore my emerging methodology for OD. It's a people-centered initiative where I look at problem solving versus system change. In problem solving, you're taught to look at the what, not the who. In system change, I think it's very important that you focus on the who first before you go to what. Another part of my methodology is process-driven systems with built-in flexibility. We want to make sure there's focus on both hard and soft metrics so that we understand what the value is of the change. And finally, I want to embrace the journey and all of its mystery, tying back into The Alchemist, where the journey of the shepherd boy and the mystery of a puzzle as you try to get all the pieces to fit together. In closing, I want to share a quote that also holds a special meaning, but is not related to the problem solving and patterns that I picked up from jigsaw puzzles, and does not come from The Alchemist talking about my journey. It's a quote from Heather Ash Amara that says, "Change is inevitable, but transformation is by conscious choice." That gets to the heart of my methodology and how I approach change in OD. Change is going to happen no matter what we do. It's how we engage it and go about it which will make all the difference. I appreciate your time, and the following is a list of references used in completing the OD library. This has been an interesting journey for myself, as I've had to dig deeper than I actually wanted to initially. Definitely the process is still going on, and I look forward to future drafts and revisions to this OD library.